What's up, boys and girls? It's me, your Sunday school teacher, Anthony Sidney, to talk to you about the big God story. But of course, I can't do this on my own. So, will you guys help me bring in your favorite stuffed animals, Mr. Bananas?
Hey, boys and girls, it's me, Bananas, and I sure do miss all of your beautiful faces.
Mr. Bananas, I'm so glad that you are here to help me talk to these kids about the big God story. Now, I have a question. When was the last time that you showed love to somebody?
I show people I love them by giving them hugs.
Really?
Yep, I believe a simple hug can brighten someone's day.
You know what? I believe that too. And one of the ways that I show I love people is by telling them. Although actions do speak louder than words, it is nice to be able to hear those three words, I love you. And I don't just say it to family members, I'll say it to friends, I'll say it to coworkers, and I'll especially say it to the kids that I work with. Because everybody wants to be loved. Now, talking about love, Jesus was prepared to die on the cross because he was compelled by his great love for us. The word compel means to have a strong desire for something. Mr. Bananas, has there ever been a time when you was compelled to do something?
Well, I was compelled to help my mom make banana bread
Why is that?
because I was hungry and I figured if I helped my mom, then I would eat sooner. You know what they say, 4 hands are better than 2.
I think you mean 2 hands are better than 1, silly.
Chicken turkey, same difference.
Well, that is a great example of being compelled. Today, as we read the part of the big God story, I'm going to share with you how people, including Jesus, was compelled by love. Now, there was a woman who was so compelled by her love for Jesus that she poured expensive perfume on his head. And she did this because she felt compelled to honor and worship him. That's almost like her going to the store and getting some of this, or me spraying some of this cologne, my favorite cologne, Michael Jordan 23, on someone's head because I felt anointed and I felt compelled to do that because I love them so much. But the thing is that the disciples didn't approve of what this woman was doing. But Jesus praised her. He praised her and he recognized the love and devotion she was showing him. Now, after Jesus was anointed, one of his disciples, Judas, made plans to betray him. Mr. Bananas, what does it mean to betray someone?
Yeah, isn't that when you and your friends want to play Power Rangers and you want to be the Red Ranger and your friend chooses that one instead?
No, silly. Although the best Power Rangers was the Green Ranger and the White Ranger, aka Tommy. But to betray someone means to hurt a friend who you trust, or by you turning against your friend. Judas went to the chief priests and agreed to turn Jesus over to them for 30 pieces of silver. Now, I'm pretty sure back then 30 pieces of silver was a lot, but there's no way that you can pay me enough money to betray my friends and family, especially since one of my friends is Jesus. He waited for just the right time to betray Jesus. Now, all of these events took place around the time of 2 important Jewish holidays, the festival of unleavened bread and the Passover. Now, remember, the Passover was when the Jews celebrated how God had rescued them from the slavery of Egypt. Jesus shared the Passover meal with his disciples. During the meal, Jesus has told his disciples some very bad news.
Can I tell the kids what Jesus said?
Go ahead.
Jesus said,
"Truly I tell you, one of you will betray me."
I bet the disciples felt really sad.
You know what? I'm pretty sure that they did. And they were really sad. They didn't want to believe that they could possibly turn against Jesus, even though Jesus knew that one of his followers would betray him, and that others would say that they didn't know him. He was still compelled by his love to choose to continue with the plan that would lead to his death. Now, after the Passover dinner, Jesus and his disciples went to a garden of Gethasim. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that word wrong, but bear with me. To pray. Jesus asked his disciples to keep watch as he spent time in prayer. Jesus felt sad. He knew he would die soon. Jesus fell to his face in prayer, asking God the Father if there was any way he could avoid going to the cross. After Jesus prayed, he went back to find his disciples asleep. Jesus woke them up. He was all like, hey, wake up, wake up. And he asked them to keep watch. But they fell asleep again. And Jesus continued to pray. He was compelled by love and chose to be obedient to whatever his Father asked of him.
Choosing to be obedient is hard and not fun at times, but it's also rewarding.
That is true. Now, then there was a crowd holding up weapons coming towards Jesus.
You know what? I bet you when Jesus saw all those people with the swords coming towards him, he kind of looked at his disciples and was like,
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening, but they fought with expert timing.
No, silly. Quite the opposite. Judas had led an angry crowd towards Jesus, and one of the disciples tried to fight to defend Jesus. And his disciple took out his sword and cut the ear off one of the servants. But Jesus healed the servant's ear. Jesus wouldn't fight the man trying to arrest him because he knew he had to die as part of his Father's plan. Jesus was compelled by his love for us. Because of that love, he allowed the men to arrest him and eventually take him to his death. Now, Jesus knew everything had taken place was part of his Father's great plan. Jesus was compelled by love for his people that he allowed himself to experience betrayal, loneliness, arrest, and eventually death. Jesus was so full of love for each of you that he did whatever he had to do to make the way for you to be with him forever. And when we receive Jesus' compelling love, we're able to respond by giving that love away to others. You know, that's it for today, boys and girls. But Mr. Bananas would like to bless you guys.
you know what? I bet you when Jesus.
Not that one.
May you be compelled to love others as God has loved you. Bye, boys and girls.
Bye.